You know what? Allow me to play devil's advocate for a second.
He wants smoke, I'll bring the matches.
When it comes to pop culture and fun, we're the whole meal.
Ain't nobody humping around. It's hump day. Welcome to Side Dish. Happy Wednesday to you, and especially you over there. Big ups to the chat who's already active and populating the comment section. Love to see it. Let's get those thumbs up, not those guns up. What up, Claudia? What up, Tanner?
I'm in the seediest of hotel rooms to do this show. I had to find a place to broadcast in, and it smells like disappointment and bad decisions and failure and prostitution.
Oh. Dang, it smells like a negative STD test. Where are you?
Well, it might be positive, so hopefully I don't catch anything. I'm in a hotel near the airport because I was working today, and I had to get off set and just find a place, and I had literally like 12 minutes to set up my portable studio.
Well, you did well. Your lighting is on point, even if you're in a dark place.
Oh, I'm in a very dark place. I know a lot of stuff happened in these beds. I'm scared.
Yo, what if there was a psychic medium, right? That doesn't necessarily tell you about things that happen to people you know, but they can go in the rooms and tell you about what happened in the rooms.
The motel psychic?
Yeah, oh man.
She comes with a black light. Yeah.
Yo.
You realize the room's moving.
I will say, but this lighting is better, and this Wi-Fi seems better than some of the higher end hotels I've been at broadcasting. So I'm not mad at it.
You got some flattering lighting going on for sure.
Maybe there's something to this holiday in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that we're stacked up today like phone bars, going
Oh, did I freeze? There I am.
Back
All right, here we go. Time to get into it. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about the Epstein files today, guys. Surprise, surprise. Exes, Bill and Melinda Gates, they got divorced, in case you weren't following that. They're separately speaking out about Mr. Microsoft or Micro Hard himself being mentioned in the Epstein files. The documents released last week have email claims of Bill Gates contracting a computer virus. No, I'm sorry. That's an STD. That's a regular old human virus from Russian girls. I don't know them. And trying to get antibiotics from Epstein to slip to Melinda without her knowledge. In a new interview, Bill says the claims are false and he regrets even knowing Epstein. However, in a separate podcast interview, Melinda Gates, she let her feelings be known as well. We're going to listen to what they both have to say right here.
In the allegations, including some of them from the last 24 to 48 hours, are they true?
No, apparently Jeffrey wrote an email to himself. That email was never sent. The email is false. So I don't know what his thinking was there. It just reminds me, every minute I spent with him, I regret and I apologize that I did that.
The problem is some of the things that he has sent and some of the information about other people that has come up in those files has been true. Why would he do this and say this about you, do you think?
It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
But I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
So for me, it's just sadness for, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. And so it's just sad. That's the truth. Right. And it's kind of at least for me, I've been able to move on in life.
The emails in the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing.
So two things about both of those interviewers that I want to shout out. The first one, I think he was an Australian guy. And then the second one, I didn't recognize her. I believe that was the Wild Card podcast. I don't know that podcast off the top of my head. I don't know that woman off the top of my head. But I love interviewers who are willing to ask the hard question and push on it a little bit, because I feel like a lot of these people who are roped up in these things get these real softball interviews. And that Australian guy straight up asked, he was like, are these things true? And then the second one with the woman in the wild card, like we all read, if you didn't read the files, what is alleged is that Bill basically got an STD and tried to sneak medicine to his wife so that she wouldn't contract the same thing. He tried to sneak drugs into his own wife
or something.
I don't know. Who knows how he was going to do it. But shout out to those people for asking the harder questions.
First of all, Bill, you're lying. Anyone that looks like pays attention to people's body language, he's lying. And lying 101, okay? You tell a little percent, like 10% truth and 90% lie. Yeah, I was at dinners, but I regret it so much. Everything else is fake. You're lying. And then Melinda's reaction is what sealed it for me. The way, did you see how she's like took a deep, like she's had a gulp in her throat? Yep. Like she had like a lump in her throat when she answered. And she did not say, listen, we don't get along. The marriage ended, but that's not the reason why we got divorced. It's not true. She was like saying yes without saying yes. She said yes like the way someone says yes, it has a NDA.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And you sure he probably had an ironclad one? Like, I mean, Bill Gates invented the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
There's that.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who invented emails. Like, sir, you're trying to tell me. I don't know why he wrote that. He wrote that email to himself. And he never sent it. That wasn't about me. I never sent him that email. Nobody believes that, sir. No one in the world believes that one of the men who created one of the largest software and hardware companies in the entire world, who packaged software, by the way, that was Microsoft's whole thing, is they packaged all this software. No one believes for 1 second that you didn't send those emails. The other thing about that second interview, I watched the longer clip, and the interviewer pushes Melinda a little bit. She pushes to try to get that juicy comment out of Melinda, and Melinda, for her part, redirects everything to about the survivors there. But Claudia, I think you're 100% right. I think when they got divorced, because they're billionaires, I think he tied it all up. And remember, the reason their marriage fell apart was because Bill wanted it to be more open, and he wanted entire weekends where he could go sleep around and do whatever he wanted. This is in the paperwork. Go look this up. And she wasn't comfortable with it. That's why the marriage ended. So this Epstein stuff, click, checks.
Plus, Epstein was really busy, had his hands full. I mean, does he really have time to fake emails to himself when he's spending all of his waking hours trapping little kids and molesting them? And, drugging people and allegedly eating babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he had time to write himself fake emails or that are addressed to Bill Gates.
You would think somebody as smart as Bill Gates could come up with better lies. You know what I mean? And
but he's a nerd. Yeah, he's book smart, but not street smart.
That email was probably written on an Apple computer, and he didn't have the software for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a completely different OS.
It is so funny to me that Bill Gates, the creator of Microsoft, is the one who needed the antivirus software. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain joy in that for me.
He's out there getting his McAfee on.
Yeah, exactly, the McAfee. Yeah.
Even the ugly nerds will cheat on you.
Bill Gates doesn't have a double click. He's got a double itch, if you know what I'm saying.
You guys, Yes, I'm scared straight out of relationships, okay? All right, the Podfather Joe Button appeared on Club Shay Shay, and he and Unc had a discussion of whether Shannon is messy or not. Claudia, Monique, and Cat Williams were discussed and how they aired out their past messy grievances. Yeah, that's kind of funny. But Shannon says that ain't messy, and he's compared himself to the one and only Oprah. Do tell him.
Messy. Say, you don't mess with me no more.
But not over there.
No, but I'm just trying to figure out, help me understand messy.
I think after the Cat Williams interview, I think people were coming with a certain agenda.
Who?
Different guests.
I don't think anybody came and aired anybody out.
I think people were coming to get some shortly after that.
So let me ask you a question. So when people go on Oprah's show and they tell Oprah things that probably nobody else knew, is Oprah messy?
No.
Why not?
She's creating the space. She's creating the space to hear something that we've never heard before.
If you go back and listen, Kat says, I came here because you allow a safe space for people to tell their stories. Uninterrupted. Now, if I wanted to be messy, well, let me come on and air this guy out. Let me tell you about what athlete I'm messing with. If I wanted to be messy. But that ain't what we do. I allow a safe space like Oprah. They call me Bopra. They call me Bopra. And I think the thing is, Joe, the biggest thing is that when people come on, no matter what has transpired in their lives, I feel you can tell your story without its most salacious detail. You've been in this thing 20.
What was that last word? Without the what detail?
Salacious.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You messed that up. All right. So Shannon Sharpe, Bropra, or messy like Joe alluded to, and wow.
Like, I don't think he leans into the messiness, but I think people know that they can get it off there. And I do believe he has the safe space. Does he have the skill in interview set as Oprah? No, not at all. But he gives just enough space for the people talking to hang themselves, kind of like Vlad TV.
Yeah.
And we also have a poll going on right now. Do you feel like Shannon Sharpe messy? Yes or no?
It's interesting. So I grew up in a house that had Oprah on every day, and Oprah, and people might. It doesn't take a lot of digging into 90s Oprah clips to see that Oprah had a lot of controversial people on in the early years. And then she moved out of that. What was she talking about? Trauma. I think Oprah's big quote was she got tired of talking about all the trauma. And it's tricky. You can find clips on Oprah where she has created a safe space, but at the same time is she did invite these people on because she knew they were going to react a certain way, and she knew that was going to make really good television. She went on to stop talking to those kinds of people and really elevate the entire game. But that is sort of the truth of how the Oprah daytime TV talk show came. Feel free to not believe me. Google it and find out for yourself. I don't think Shannon is in the same space. And the reason is because Oprah was completely impartial, and she remains untattered, so to speak. Oprah has never had a scandal. You know what I'm saying? She has never paid off an OnlyFans model. And so she is able to exist in a space where she can provide that platform. And Shannon, to me, feels a little different because people are going on there who they might be, especially since the scandal, on Shannon's level, willing to talk about scandal.
This irked my soul, him comparing himself to Oprah. Bropra. Like, I don't know. He been getting on my nerves ever since he got into the space. I just don't like it. I don't. That interview with Cat Williams was fascinating because Cat Williams was fascinating, not because of Shannon Sharpe. And I really miss Shannon Sharpe in the sports world because he had credibility. I respected him in that space. I loved a brother in that space like that, had such strong convictions about what he thought and what he was good at knowing and knowledgeable of, and that was sports. It's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like he does a lot of antics ever since he got into the space, the leaking of the sex tape, Michelle, and then trying so hard to tell us how many bitches he bags. It's just like, I don't know. It's giving me disingenuous, and it's just hard to
performative.
Yeah, he is. And then the way he talks sometimes, and listen, I got a little lisp too, a little speech impediment, but god damn it. How big is the tongue? Maybe we should ask Michelle, but it's just getting on my nerves. I don't know. He just I don't know. I'm a hater.
Well, I got something else for you to hate on.
What?
Some more Club Shay Shay news.
Oh god.
Because last week, equally controversial rapper Kevin Gates went on the show, and people are still trying to figure out Kevin's logic. And it seems like a discussion about black people eating pork and slavery's influence had us consuming it, and it made Kevin make this comment. Check it out.
Crazy. I just don't get it. I won't eat no pork, but eat booty.
That's me.
That's up. I don't eat no pork, but eat booty.
Yeah. No. I eat pork.
That's what I'm saying.
I eat pork. I ain't eat no feet. I eat pig feet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Chicken feet.
I don't eat pork, but I eat booty. So it's like, I know I ain't got no room to judge nobody.
I don't judge either.
God.
But they be judging me, though.
Help me, Lord. I can't say that about eating.
I swear, if you watch this or listen to it with your eyes closed, you would have think this was some audio from 1864. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum here, but Kevin, pork is more unclean and definitely more impure than booty, houseway. I don't know. I've heard people say that the mouth is dirtier than the butt. But still, like that's just a weird hill to die.
Whose mouth are we talking?
A homeless person, probably.
Okay, because Dookie.
It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've flossed my butt. I'll tell you.
I could have done without this conversation. And Shannon sitting there. I don't know. Listen.
Yeah, the way he dove face first, like no pun intended, when he said like I don't eat pork, but I eat the booty, and Shannon was like, that's me, and then then he goes, no, I eat pork, he caught himself. I feel like
that's me or that's meat.
I thought at first I thought he said that's meat, and then I realized he said that's me.
I think he.
That's me. It's weird. Sometimes I feel like people are trying too hard to get a soundbite. And where it's just a little too on the nose, you're trying a little too hard to say something to go viral, or you think you're going to get a rise out of someone. It feels disingenuous to me. I don't know. It's just like I don't buy it.
See, the clip we just watched, he's sitting there, Shannon comparing himself to Oprah, right? He wants to be Bropra, but then you're here with Kevin Gates having a conversation about what's cleaner, the booty hole or the mouth. And Shannon
didn't bring that up. Like Kevin Gates would have that conversation with Martha Stewart. I don't know how many Kevin Gates interviews. This brother's unhinged. And you never know what version you're gonna get.
The genius of Oprah is that she never made any of it about her. And that if someone sat on her couch and said something crazy without missing a beat and without blinking, Oprah leans in and she says, tell me why you feel that way. Tell me about this. And so she deep dives into that person versus like somebody being like, oh, no.
God, let me hear your Shannon Sharpe impression.
Oh, come on now. I like you, poor you little booty too. What is like, that's not an interview. That's two guys making lewd comments about sexual. And yeah, there's podcasts for that, but it's like, no, that's not Bropra.
No.
I would love to interview Shannon Sharpe, but I want only if he's hooked up to a lie detector test.
And what kind of questions would you ask him?
Oh yeah, what would you ask?
I'd ask him about the leaked fans. I would ask him about his stylist. I would ask him about his style, how it's changed throughout the years. I'd ask him about like why does he try so hard to like show us his hyper masculine image, and I'm just not buying it.
Yeah.
I'd ask him why he blocked me after.
Do you think Shannon's down low? Is that what you think?
He's something. I don't know. He's something. He's something else.
I don't think he's paying out. I don't think, and I don't know. Sometimes I worry that I say too much on these things. I don't think that someone who plays for both teams would wind up in the OnlyFans scandal that he wound up in.
Especially with mediocre talent.
Right.
You don't?
I don't think so.
I mean, unless it was like a personal he would be willing to risk. He was in a relationship with this girl. And granted, it seemed like it was a one-sided financial one, but he was in a really weird relationship with this woman. And I know people can dibble and dabble on both sides of the fence and try the sexual sampler platter. It is what it is. But, where are the dudes? If he's really like swinging that way, or is he destroying them and leaving them in a pile somewhere? Like, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe she diddled his daddle. Who knows?
Maybe she diddied him. Yeah, it's and also just by the way, I like the pork and booty conversation is so weird. It's so weird to put those two together. You're not actually eating. Like, why am I even talking about this? You're actually eating pork. Oh no, did I freeze? They got me. Pigs are smart. That's all I'm saying.
Literally from the rooter to the tutor.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. Okay. One day we'll revisit this conversation. Okay. Okay. So this is the first week of Black History Month, of course, because we just talked about booty and pork, right? And I saw a post on the timeline that made me think of you, Tanner.
Oh.
Check it out. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be here for long. That's like you make a rowdy. I'm not gonna be here for long.
Why is he?
Why
is he moving his shoulders like that?
Tanner, we salute you, Tanner. You always get the joke, and you're very hip. You are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try to get the joke. Yeah, thanks. You know what? It's an honor to be here. I cannot believe I'm being mentioned in Black History Month. Yeah, that's wild.
Well, you are biracial. Talk to your mom. I'm telling you.
You know what? I'll ask her. I'll ask her for her 23andMe. We'll get it figured out. We'll get to the bottom of it.
I feel like you have some blackness in you. I do.
Man, like if he went on like that Henry Louis Gates show, man, he mess around and you'll find out he's like related to Patrice Lumumba. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would love that.
Like ultra Afrocentric. It'd be crazy.
I love it.
Wouldn't it be funny if he's blacker than me?
That would be wild. That would be something. That would be something right there.
It would be. Okay.
All righty, we got to take a quick break. After this break, we got the official Michael movie trailer. Marshawn, Lynch, and Bill Maher talk strip clubs. Wow. And was the blind side Quinton Aaron blindsided? All of that in 2 minutes.
Welcome back. You know, when they say this is it, sometimes they mean it, y'all. Man, the full official trailer for Michael Jackson's biopic, Michael, is officially dropped, and it's already doing what only MJ could, stopping people mid-scroll. Now, from the opening notes to the iconic silhouettes, the trailer's raising the bar. Check it out.
You're confident. You're strong. You're beautiful. You're the greatest of all time.
Let me tell you something. In this life, you're either a winner or you're a loser. Y'all want to work in a steel mill like me for the rest of your days?
No, sir.
Yeah, because I sure as hell don't. Y'all willing to fight for it?
Yes, sir.
I need to hear you a little louder. Y'all willing to fight for it?
Yes, sir.
Ready whenever you are, Michael.
Do you know what I'm after?
You want to be the biggest star in the world?
We need to capitalize on Michael's success. Because the Jackson family is the brand. That's our Coca-Cola. And we need to start selling. So I'm planning an international tour. This is just the beginning.
I need to think.
I told you what to think.
I love my family. I just want to do my own thing. Just have all these ideas in my head. Just got to get them out.
Then do it, Michael. Not a little boy anymore.
Let's go. Now, if you remember, the film stars Jafar Jackson, Michael's nephew, Coleman Domingo as his father, Joseph Jackson, and Nia Long as Catherine Jackson, his mom. And we saw a lot of the highlights of Michael's life. But, you know, I know a lot of people want him to go into the adult scandals of his life, but, you know, that stuff got cut out. They actually shot all of that stuff and then realized after they shot it, they couldn't use it because there was, like, contractually, they couldn't talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, they was, like, literally at one point thinking about making this a 2-part film.
That's crazy.
I wonder if we'll see anything new that we haven't seen before in all the other movies of this amazing family. At first, I thought the nephew that's playing Michael was a white man. But then I'm like, okay, that's the nephew. I was trying to... Is this his first big role?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, he's been out there in the singing space to some degree, but, you know, it's hard to get out of that shadow. The family's so famous, right? But I think this might put him in a certain stratosphere, but, like, it'll be hard to not be typecast being Jafar Jackson. You just got finished playing Michael Jackson. You're not going to be an Expendable 6. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm watching all the MJ movies, so I'm definitely going to watch it. How about you, Tanner?
I'm here for it. I grew up in that pocket of time. Like, at one point I said to my parents that I wanted to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I remember the first time I watched the Thriller music video. I was scared and I was like crouched down by my grandparents' like bed because they were like in the other room, and it came on MTV. And so like I'm from that pocket of time where Michael was an unreal figure. And so I do want to see this. There were so many moments in here where I was like, all right, this looks legit. It looks great to me.
Yeah, I'm a Jerry curl the sides just to support the film and go in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling up. And what can Coleman Domingo not do? Like, you know, because when I heard he was going to play Joe Jackson, I'm like, he's too tall and sleek looking. But that little prosthetic nose they got on him, like, he really looking like Joe Jackson. They bulldogged him out.
The special effects have come a long way. These aren't Tyler Perry's wigs.
These ain't the Flex Alexander wigs either. You know what I mean?
Dang, I'm into it. I want to see it.
Yeah. Now, when you bring beast mode to a podcast, you might expect tailback tales, not booty tales. Marshawn, Lynch, and Bill Maher turned a relatively ordinary strip club story into a hilarious, not safe for work exchange that immediately became the funniest moment on Bill's podcast. Take a look.
Flame. See what I'm talking? Damn. Maybe I need to tap in with him. You definitely do. Was it hella ass cheeks in that? It was so ridiculous. It was like a cartoon. Ridiculous. To me, ridiculous. In a good way. Not in a good way. It was hella ass. That was ass. It was just. You know what? People have different ideas of beauty. And we are all allowed to, like, you know, when you order at a restaurant, I like it rare and you like it well done, whatever. I like it, I'm right. So I've been to strip clubs. I just was never to one like that, where it was so exaggerated. The bulbousness of the buttocks, sometimes matched by a voluptuousness of the chestal region. Yes, it sounded like you was in over your head. I wasn't ready for that. I was completely ready for it. It was literally over my head.
All right, Bill went on to say he handed them $100 bills for the tips instead of throwing it on the floor, so they wouldn't have to crawl on the floor picking up dirty single-dollar bills. Now, does Bill just not understand the culture, or was his point about things being, being too much a valid one? You think he has a valid point saying things are too much?
I thought he understood the culture because, like, did we talk about before how like he almost exclusively like dated black women, but probably on the low though, right? And probably not of that size and caliber, but yeah, like
I've seen him with some thickens. I've seen him.
not the thickens.
Yeah, the thickums.
Yeah.
Well, first off, Bill is right. Everybody's entitled to, do you want, maybe you like a 3-ounce steak, maybe you like a 20-ounce filet mignon. And I would give anything to go to a strip club with Marshawn Lynch, or who did Bill say he went with? He said he went with Killer Mike took him or something. Like that would be an experience to go. I mean, listen, Claudia, you missed out, but we took a Dish Nation, like a side dish family trip to Cheetahs, and that was a life-changing experience for me. And to be honest, I you know what? It looks about time to go back, to be honest with you. And
we're overdue.
I'll fly in.
Oh, come on now. Don't say it.
No, about an hour and 20 minutes away. I can hop on a flight and be there.
Yeah.
Just in time. Let's go.
I will second. I will echo Bill. I've been to other venues, and the one here in Atlanta was the first one that I'd gone to that was like primary. I mean, look, this is Black History Month. That was my first experience at a black strip club, and it was another level. It was a whole. It was like being in a museum and being surrounded by fantastic works of art. And I was like, how have I not been to this museum before? This is so amazing. And so, yeah, if you're watching this and you've never been, I can't encourage you to go enough, to be honest.
They even had Indian strippers. Like the diversity was unmatched.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there are levels to the strip club thing, because I know like a lot of times, like when you go to white strip clubs, they kind of dance like the non-playable characters in Grand Theft Auto, which is very like on track, like just like not even dancing to the beat, they're dancing to the cocaine, and you know what I'm saying. And then when you go to the black strip clubs, it's like they're dancing to the 808 snares, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Isolated body
Fun.
movement.
Very fun.
The whole experience was I don't know, more fun. I don't know another way to put it. It was like a more exciting environment. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just echoing.
And there was a shooting the day prior, and it also it seemed like it was freshly feng shuied.
I think when it comes to race, like the whites, you guys have the outdoor activities on lock. Like that's where you guys excel. But when it comes to church and strip clubs, like that's where it's more fun for the black ones.
Yeah, I also think there might be, and I don't know, I don't know the right way to explain this, but I feel like there might be like a culture of dance that's more enthusiastic for that I wish my cousins would get more enthusiastic about. And I feel like that culture really shows its way.
I like that.
In those
Culture
sorts
of dance. I never heard a strip club referred to a culture of dance.
Yeah, that's it.
Culture of dance.
A strip club with a river dance.
Out here tossing Lucky Charms on the stage. Take these clovers. Okay, moving on to some not so exciting news. Blind star actor Quinton Aaron, you guys remember him?
The Blind Side.
A Blindside actor. He's been facing some very serious health issues recently. There's been talks about him sort of being in a hospital, perhaps was unconscious for a little while. Anyhow, he's been struggling. A lot of medical problems. And the woman who claims to be his wife, she has been by his side, but the family says not so fast. They think his, quote, wife, Margarita, they think that she is spiritually married, that they are spiritually married, but they are not legally married. And that they also think that she is allegedly legally married to somebody else. You can imagine why the Aaron family would be a little take some pause there. Sources say that she's been saying that she's his wife to gain access and make key decisions that only a legitimate legal spouse can make. His family is not buying it. They believe she's misrepresenting herself and even her profession, as she claims to be a registered nurse. She's claiming to be a whole RN. Quinton's brother is waiting to confront him with the info once he makes a full recovery. This sounds kind of crazy and potentially dangerous.
Oh yeah, she should be arrested or at least kept away until we figure out what's going on with dude.
Yeah.
That is scary that, someone that you have your, faculties about you, you love, you care, you think they have your back, and then you fall into a coma, you're unconscious. And then to think that someone that you trusted could potentially be up to something scandalous while you're under, or just like lying or putting 10 on 20, like that's scary. Because I've never known Quinton to be married.
Yeah, it's interesting because I do know that, like, I mean, listen, anybody who's been unfortunate enough to have a loved one, especially an older loved one, parent or grandparent, spending the time in the hospital, they get pretty clear pretty quick about who is legally authorized to speak on this person's behalf when they cannot speak. And so the fact that there could be confusion about this is very upsetting.
And even with her claiming to be a registered nurse, I'm sure there's like a national nurse registry somewhere that someone could look and get down to the bottom of this. I don't understand like why, if we catch you out of 3 out of 5 lies, you can GTFOH, you know what I mean? And we'll holler at you when my man wake up. You know what I mean? Like, like what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it at all. It's one of those things where it's like he walks out of this and hope and pray he walks out of this with a full recovery. And then he finds out the hospital was making decisions according to things that she advised when she was not legally in her capacity to advise. He could have a suit against the hospital for that, because why didn't they do their diligence?
Yep.
And shout out to him, because before this happened, he had lost a lot of weight. He put on his Instagram, like he had been really like dropping weight, and it seemed like he was trying to get himself in a better place, health wise. So this is sad. So Quinton, we wish you a full recovery. We're praying for you, brother.
All right. Well, listen, well, off the break we go, man, and we're gonna lighten things up because we about to get Claudia in the kitchen because she about to cook. And does Dr. Oz want us working till we 100? Find out all that and more in 2 minutes.
Welcome back. All right, y'all, I got to grab my chef's hat for this because, it's time for... I love the song. All right, tarot reader Toyd Zirko posed a question on Thread that set the group chats on fire. She asked, fellas, why don't you marry your baby mamas? 3+ kids with 2+ baby mamas, and you want to marry someone you don't have kids with. Now, there were some interesting responses from the male delegation. Mr. Will Dingle said he had no intention of having children with his baby mama. They were just casual partners who had a slip up. Hunted Stack said, Baby mamas are placeholders. Men know who they want to marry, but don't have the discipline to wait. Ooh.
Damn.
And Daniel Romeo said, accountability is 50-50. Women control sex, ultimately enabling men. Here's what I think about this. Yes, it is 50-50, but we cannot squirt inside of ourselves. So, fellas, you hold the keys to child support. You hold the keys to financial responsibility to this child and to this woman. You can stop all of this. Now, as far as men that say that baby mamas are placeholders, that's one of the most ignorant things I've ever heard in my life. And you should take some responsibility and accountability. If you think it's cute to refer to the mother of your child as a placeholder because you didn't have the discipline to wait until you were married to shoot the club up with the woman you want to actually spend the rest of your life with and have a family with, then shame on you. I get sick and tired of hearing about how being a single mom is a woman's fault, because I don't think many women would choose to be a single mom. I think if they had their choice, they would love to be in a family and a loving relationship and have their man by their side. A single mom is largely, not exclusively, the fault of the man leaving her. So you want to be a single mom if you didn't leave. So please miss me with all this. I think this is super, super ignorant, super, super ghetto, super, super trashy. And I just wish that men would get, actually, and some women, will get a little bit more serious and stop being so casual about sex and about, practicing making a baby if you have no intentions of being with this person or you don't want to have a family with this person. Stop making these broken homes. I think it's trash. Hello, Michael Blackson.
Yep. Real words never spoke. I mean, who wants to create an environment where you have a bajillion single family homes and no structure and no organization? It continues the cycle of economical imbalance, emotional imbalance, and all the things, man. Like, we are too passive with sex. I blame the internet. I blame the internet. Like, you see people having sex so casually on the internet. You think it's simple. Also, blame sometimes the programming of the music. Like, there's literally songs celebrating a plan B, shoot the club up, do this, do that, and the third. And listen, your body could take only so much gutting. You know what I mean? You could only terminate something so many times before it doesn't work. And there's a reason why you go from Flintstone vitamins to hard stuff like Centrum. After a while, your body don't tolerate it no more. What happens when you got to double up on the plan B? What is that doing to your inside? And guys, you can't be spilling yourself into every chick.
It's just amazing how casual people are with it.
Yeah.
Tanner?
Never forget, Centrum is more complete from A to Zinc. It's weird. It's such a weird thing because obviously it takes two to tango. There's no doubt about it. And I think anybody can make a mistake. I think any man or any woman can make a mistake. And suddenly what they thought might have been like a casual thing or even a thing that you're in a relationship with. You're in a healthy adult relationship with somebody. Maybe it's not headed to marriage, but you're an adult and you're having sexual relations with that person. And then all of a sudden a kid's on the way. I think that can happen to anyone. I think it's the next 2 or 3 decisions that really determine, what goes on. The idea of having, once we're into multiples where we're talking about 3 or 4 baby mamas or whatever it is, that's indicative of the man making a lot of bad decisions. But then also similar on the flip side of it, if a woman's got 3 or 4 baby daddies, again, what's the common thread there? And so there is some personal responsibility on both people's sides. It's I don't know. You do see people who will have that kid and they'll step out of that kid's life and they say, that's not for me. And then there are people and, there are people who do the right thing and they love that kid and they make sure that kid stays in their family. I've got a lot of respect for people who do that and think that's the right way to walk through life.
So to that commenter that said that baby mamas are placemakers, that really pissed me off. I think that's not cute at all. Imagine you impregnate a quote unquote placeholder that you really have no respect for, right? But then right after that, you meet the woman of your dreams that you're like, oh my God, this is the one. What if she has a boundary? I don't do baby daddies. You know what I mean? You might be ruining your happily ever after because you're just too, impulsive to wait or have no self-control. We got to get back to having some kind of self-control about ourselves. An accident is stubbing your toe. I don't think an accident is putting your condom unsheathed up inside of someone, pulling the trigger, laying in it for a little while, and not just, oh, that's a mistake. A mistake is making a.
I knew this
know.
stand-up comedian who talked about, like, have you ever accidentally made lasagna? There's a lot of steps before we get to lasagna.
Exactly.
You're inside the oven, you're cooking it at the right temperature. It's like, I get it. You don't just accidentally, like, we made some decisions to get here.
I've never been out in the wild and I just accidentally got a penis inside of me and it came in me and I got pregnant. You know what I mean? Like a few things had to happen. Had to be a little,
There's some steps.
There are
Order of
steps.
events. Yeah, sequence of events.
Got that lasagna batter. Okay, moving on. Here we go. Wow, this story's crazy. During the Action for Progress Mental Health Initiative event, man, say that 4 times fast, talk show veteran and Trump health official Dr. Oz proposed a way to resolve the national debt and Medicare crisis, and it's got people saying, you want us to do what? Listen closely to this video.
But let me just put a number that's a bit more helpful, make you optimistic. The average American retires at age 61. Obviously, Medicare doesn't even hit you till 65. So they're retiring before they're getting their Medicare benefits, before Social Security fully kicks in. If we could get the average American, because they feel healthy, they're vital, they're strong, they have agency over their future, to start working a year earlier, right out of high school, or work a year later, not retire, or work better during their lifetime because they're healthy, it would generate about $3 trillion. $3 trillion to the U.S. economy. That would more than remove the debt. It would provide us unbelievable strength because the taxes on that $3 trillion would allow us to keep Medicare Part A solvent, to make a trust fund. It would allow us to make Social Security healthier, tremendous downstream benefits. But to do that, you actually have to invest in making sure people want to work the extra year.
So, as you can imagine, we had to load up our dirtiest shoes and go stomping around on Air Force One to fly straight through the comments. Somebody said, I'm not even 40. I'm not even 40, and I'm ready to go today. Somebody else said, snatch his license. Someone wrote, 3 hells and 5 no's. Someone wrote, these are not my bills. These are America's bills. And we stopped listening to Dr. Oz when he said, you don't have to wash your chicken before cooking it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this?
The way these multimillionaires and billionaires are so comfortable telling working class people that they should just work harder, try harder, work a year early, work a year longer. It's so tone deaf and so ignorant. Dr. Oz, F you. Like, I'm so sick of you. I can't believe I used to like you as a TV personality. It's not reading the room of what's happening right now. Or, instead of making hardworking people that are out there trying to, like, barely making it, work longer and more years, how about you not give 1.5 trillion in tax breaks to billionaires that don't need it? Maybe try that.
Yeah. When you're already established and you're sitting high and comfortable in your castle or your mansion or whatever the hell you live, it's so much easier to say what people who don't necessarily have the same infrastructure or setup that you do to do. It is not the same time in which you came up and evolved in. Like, things have changed within the last 5 years, which is making it difficult for everybody in real time. And to say the things that you're saying is just so tone deaf. And like the real changes have to start on a federal level with the way people are taxed, the way things are regulated, the things that they allow people to charge people for. It's ridiculous, man. And like, yo, you put all this money, you look at your check and you see how much get taken out and get put into these programs that might not even effing be there by the time it's time for you to retire. And they're always still constantly talking about pushing the goal line back like you might even make it to 70 or 65. Or, or whatever year they decided it's going to be this year. And it's not right. It pisses me off.
This is it's a talking point of politicians whenever they're trying to sell you the idea that Social Security is running out. The reason they try to sell that idea is they want to lower the tax base for the wealthiest among us, the Dr. Oz's of the world and the people, the multi-billionaires who are not taxed the way they used to get taxed. And so that's part of the reason this debt is the way it was. Feel free to Google what percentage of our debt was driven up by our current president in both of his terms. That's a really fun piece of information. I encourage you to geek on that. And I wish Dr. Oz would go back to Oz and I would land a house on top of him. Okay, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, but we're going to come back with question of the day. We'll see you guys later.
Welcome back, man. Looking at the poll in the chat, man, talking about Dr. Oz and whether or not he made some valid points, or is this another way to keep the rich rich? 3% felt like points were made, and I would love for the 3% to, like, I mean, like, actually speak on it. Like, you know, how do you feel? Like, you know, why do you believe him? An astounding. Oh, it went up a little bit, up, went back down. It's going back and forth. It's a fist fight. 95% now saying protecting the billionaires, and you know. Yeah, he occupies a place where he is, you know, in the upper 1%. And like, you don't understand what the rest of the 99 are going through, man. And you always got to be sensitive to that. What they talk about in the Shannon Sharpe poll.
Oh, we got what do we got? 52.9%, basically 53% of people saying absolutely, and 47% saying Shannon is not messy. We're like half and half on this.
We need to pick a side. Side dish audience. Come on, come together and agree on something.
Do you want it to be as lopsided as the Dr. Oz one, like an overwhelming?
Y'all know what it is. Stop being fake. Y'all know what it is. Be messy.
Yeah, like the only male Oprah I believe in is Fat Joe. He was calling himself Jopra for a second, and
oh my god!
And now he has that show with Jadakiss. I like that show.
Yeah. It's interesting because Oprah did start bringing on, and, you know, she did introduce us to the Dr. Phils and the Dr. Oz's of the world, and maybe that was a net negative, but we couldn't have known at that time. Cutting Oprah absolutely all the slack. When is Shannon going to bring on some sort of doctor or some sort of financial expert or Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I mean, here's the thing. On? Oprah messy too, though. Oprah messy too. Oprah gave rappers a very hard time, and she didn't let rappers on her show for a very, like, almost the last few years that she was on air. She started finally letting rappers on, and it was Jay-Z. And then, you know, and Monique, love her, hate her, or whatever you feel about her, the way she did Monique in that situation where she's like, hey, listen, I'll interview you, but whatever you do, don't talk to my family. And she interviewed her mom. Like, yo, man, that was like a flagrant foul. You know what I mean? And I'm with you when you write. But Oprah got some ways too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And she was down with Weinstein.
Ugh.
Nah, they were friends. Oh, I gotta say allegedly.
Oh, dang. Paulette Denise said broke back Bropra. Woo! Okie dokie.
Man. Class and sass. Well, listen, man, off the break we go. When we come back, man, we played everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? See if you can clock this T. See you in 2.
Let's go.
Welcome back. It's everybody's favorite game time. Whose cousin is it? All right, when somebody turns squatting into a whole real estate glow up. Now, a Maryland woman allegedly took over a $2.3 million mansion and stayed there for 9 months like she was paying a mortgage.
She wasn't them. Prosecutors said she trespassed, broke in, and flaunted her lavish lifestyle on social media and TikTok, talking about 2026 is going to be my year while standing in front of the Bethesda estate.
Oh, ma'am, this is not your year. The house is also not yours. Of course, she represented herself in court, saying ownership was unclear, you guys. There wasn't a no trespassing sign out front.
But the judge wasn't buying it. She was found guilty of trespassing, breaking and entering, and arrested and sentenced to 90 days.
Meanwhile, the second alleged squatter goes to the court date altogether. All right, whose cousin thought foreclosure meant free rent and influencer content?
This Maryland big old mansion played dumb.
This is African American. Okay,
definitely.
Showing off on social media and being arrogant about it. We love showing off our crimes, material items. This is us all day long. But I could be wrong.
She goes to church at the squatter's house. Pastor TD takes. Definitely me and Claudia's cousin strong.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like the BT headquarters back in the day? Bethesda, Maryland. I feel like
I don't even know. I just know like anytime I never met a white person from Maryland ever.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it could be my cousin. I do feel like don't count us out. You never know.
But you guys don't really show off on social media like that, do you?
But if one of us was gonna break into a mansion, we would. And a lot of my cousins are squatters, like crazy.
You guys squat in like dilapidated homes. I think this is us with the mansions because we are materialistic people. I will say.
We got to stunt on the Joneses.
Look at me here. You know what I mean?
All right, well, let's get to it, y'all. As we do it this time, move that van. Here we go. Tamika Good, no relation to Megan.
Look at her. And I'll do it again, damn it. It's my house. It's my house.
Yeah, she looks good, though. That could be her place. Are we sure it wasn't her place?
Oh, if the place is outside, that is her place now. Because they made her leave. Damn, man, you gotta move
Yeah.
better than that, man.
Yeah,
Somebody, Brianna said Royal Prince of Zamunda, cuz.
Yo, that's hilarious.
I bet she did one of like New Year, New Me posts and showing off and yeah, I could just see it.
Grand opening, grand closing. Well, we love y'all guys, man. Happy Wednesday. We're gonna rinse, repeat, do it again tomorrow. Like, subscribe, tell people about us. We out here. Get these likes up.
Bye,
We'll see you, Lauren. We'll see you, Kiki. We'll see you, Valerie, Angel.